Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Wicked Gamer and Collector. So in today's video we are going to talk about the 3D Gamebox Golden Sky. So I did a lot of these reviews about systems like Pandora boxes, and if you didn't see it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, join the Wicked family, hit the little bell and discover new Wicked products from China. But if you look at the Gamebox Golden Sky, this is something totally different. And this is basically one of the first generation of retro game systems from AliExpress, China, how you want to call it. And as you can see already here, emulator full coverage. Or in other words, you can see it has support for many systems. So the days are over that you only can buy this, let's say, plug and play device with arcade games. No, it now has support of all retro game systems. So you can see this is more like a competition for the Raspberry Pi. I think the model is the Gamebox Your Retro Game Times, or in other words the G6. The packaging itself looks pretty nice, so let's remove it from the sleeve and let's see what we're going to get inside. Because the packaging also looks totally new. Most of these, let's say, retro game systems doesn't even have a package. Alright, so we're having this new version or new generation controllers simply because we need some extra features. For example, we having the pause or the quick load quick save menu, and we cannot open this with, let's say, the regular PlayStation clone system. So I'm going to take a close look at it later. So we have a Wi-Fi antenna, and I'm going to show you why this is, because this thing can be connected through the internet and you can download games from the store. And I'm not talking about the Play Store, I'm talking about the Chinese naughty store. Right, so the system itself, as you can see, it's very tiny. We're going to take a close look at it later. We also have this bracket. And here at the bottom we can find an HDMI cable and a 12 volt 1500 milliamp power supply. So this is a little bit lighter. Normally they are giving us the 3000 milliamp. So this thing is going to be very interesting. Alright, so this is the new generation of controllers they are using with these Pandora retro game systems. But I'm not a big fan of it. No, not at all. So let's talk about why I'm not a big fan of it. Very simple, if you look at the D-pad. And not only the looks, but the feel. It's pretty horrible. The analog sticks are decent, but not very good. Very clickish. So we're having, they basically swap these out. How funny is this? But the touch of the button, that is not bad. The comfort, it feels very nice in hand, so that is not a problem. You can reach the shoulder buttons very easily. So yeah, what can we say more about it? Fix the D-pad, and I think this is going to be a very decent controller. Yeah, I must say the cable is very long, so we're going to need it. Alright, so if you look at the little, you can say little 3D game box, it looks very nice. It got this metal shell, and I played with a couple of hours with it, and it stays very cool. So we're having the decal here at the front and at the top. Let's move it around. We're having the DC input, HDMI out, 2 USB connections, and we're having the TF slot over here. And we can attach the Wi-Fi antenna over here for logging into the Wi-Fi and the store. So the end result, it looks pretty cool. Don't you think so? But there was only one thing they messed up, and they messed it up big time. There is no on and off switch. So when you're using the power supply, it go on and you cannot shut it off. Yeah. Why, people? Why? Little thing, but still, why? Alright, so when booted up, this is what you're going to get, and it is very familiar for me. For the people who didn't see the other videos, the Pandora Games 3D is exactly the same menu. So 3D Game Box Golden Sky, it seems to be this is going to be the new standard for arcade machines and etc. Alright, so what are we going to get? So this is the all list, so in other words we're having all games in one list. Category, and yeah, it already says itself, we're having different kind of categories. So if you want to search a certain platform, you can just basically go to the category section. So N64, it does run, not all will run perfectly. Let's see, NES, Super NES, Game Boy Advance, and we have in Game Boy, Game Boy Classic, Game Boy Color. Here we have the Mega Drive, PC Engine, and we also have support for Dreamcast, The arcade list is messed up because they're having here the Final Burn Alpha and MAME. So I'm guessing they are running two different emulators. So we're having two different categories. And the PSP, I must say they run very well. Going to do some testing, but you will notice that, for example, with 2-player options with Tekken 6, but this doesn't work with all games. PlayStation, so pretty cool. Alright, so let's see, we're having recent lists, so the previous owner played these games. And here we can search for the game. For example, if you want to search for Tekken, we can search for all Tekken games. Very convenient, very happy they added this. Alright, so the next part. With previous models, we're having this little setting button on the box, but we don't have this anymore. So we're going to need this horrible controller. Yes, by pressing one of these buttons, really annoying. Normally you would say it's our select start, but no, and no turbo buttons, so far I know. When pressing it, you can see we're going to the setting menu. Alright, so here we can adjust the key settings. We're having EO testing. We're having gamepad settings. So when you're adding new gamepads, I already tried for 2 or 3 players. Doesn't recognize more than 3 controllers. And the other problem I have, I couldn't get the controllers all work in games that support 3 or 4 players. I just want to see it already. If I can get it working, I will make an update video. Here we have some different options, and this is something that is new. We can have the image optimization to HD by also having scan lines, and that is new. I have never seen this before. Different languages. And okay, let's talk about the game market. Okay, we're having the enter the game settings. So here we can even adjust the game settings if we want. And let's enter the game market. So if you're logged into your Wi-Fi, you can go to the game market, and it seems to be that they are offering you to download games. So this is what we call official the Naughty online store. But there is a catch. I am not a big fan of this, and I'm thinking, why is that? It's very simple. If they pull the plug, you cannot go to the store anymore. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm not a big fan of it. And it's freaking naughty, like this box. It's just freaking naughty stuff. Alright, just wanted to show you, so it's possible. Alright, first we're going to try a PlayStation game, but what you can see, the quick load and quick save, yes we have this, is not available for all systems. Tekken time! Let's see how it runs.
Ready for the next battle. Come on. Round 1. Fight.
I just wanted to show you, as you can see with NES, we can save. Pretty neat. And the same goes for Super NES. Just wanted to show you. Dreamcast time! And you're getting this every single time. Really annoying. The only game that takes forever to load is Mortal Kombat 1, and I have no idea why. We wanna play some Mortal Kombat with the wiggle stick, but we need to load forever. Go to skip it now. Alright, so this is what we're going to get. So first of all, the controller is a nightmare. But the problem is, if you're getting another controller, you're going to need the freaking extra buttons. Not for the setting menu, but for the pause menu. So if you're using, let's say, a rip-off PlayStation controller that they are going to sell with the other sets, you can use it like, let's say, Player 2. That is no problem at all. But the problem will be, for the Player 1, you need the pause button. Otherwise, you cannot quick load, quick save, and go back to the main menu. So the D-pad, it's just horrible. This is what you're going to get with the controller. If you look at the software itself, it's flawed in many ways. For example, Mortal Kombat is loading. The loading time for Mortal Kombat 1 is ridiculous long. And if you look at the Pandora Box 6, that's almost instant. So what the hell just happened here? So Dreamcast, it runs, not all the games running fine. For the same for N64. So it's flawed in many ways, but so this is what you're going to get. Adding games, by the way, is something that I need to figure out, because that is also not very easy. And the Nutty Store, I'm not a big fan of it. So let me know what you think of this. I want to thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can always leave it in the comments. For now, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, and become of the Wicked family. And hope to see you in the next video.